From the Silent Apology. It was a bright Saturday afternoon. The sun hung high in the sky, casting golden light over the quiet neighborhood. Children's laughter echoed through the street, bicycles zipped past, and footballs bounced across driveways. Daniel, an 11-year-old with curious eyes and messy brown hair, was playing with his new football. It was a birthday gift from his uncle, a shiny red ball with black stripes that Daniel had instantly fallen in love with. He had been practicing his kicks all morning, determined to become the next football star. The driveway was his field, and the garage door his goalpost. With each kick, he imagined roaring crowds and flashing cameras. But in his excitement, Daniel didn't realize how powerful his leg had become. "Just one more goal," he shouted, stepping back. He ran forward, swung his foot, and struck the ball with full force. This time, it didn't hit the garage door. It soared higher than expected and veered left. Daniel's heart sank. The ball spun through the air and smashed straight into Mr. Thompson's living room window. The sharp sound of shattering glass filled the air. Daniel froze, his hands trembled, and his face turned pale. The window was shattered. Jagged edges of glass clung to the frame, and the red football now lay on the carpet inside. Mr. Thompson, the quiet old man who lived alone, wasn't unfriendly but rarely spoke. He liked his garden neat, his lawn trimmed, and everything in its place. Daniel had never seen him smile. That made it worse. Without thinking, Daniel grabbed his backpack and ran inside. His heart thudded in his chest. What had he done? Should he confess? Would Mr. Thompson yell, call his parents? Would Daniel have to pay? He peeked out from behind the curtain and saw Mr. Thompson step onto his porch. The old man looked up at the broken window, then down at the football. He sighed, picked it up, and went back inside without a word. Daniel sat on his bed, guilt wrapping around him like a heavy blanket. He could have apologized, but fear had tied his legs and sealed his lips. He thought of the glass shards, the trouble he might cause, the disappointment in his parents' eyes. He barely slept that night. The next morning was still. Daniel sat at the breakfast table, poking his cereal. The sunlight through the window didn't feel warm anymore. Finally, he stood up and made a decision. He went to his room and took out his piggy bank. It was shaped like a blue robot and rattled when shaken. Inside were coins he had saved for months. Birthday money, tooth fairy change, chore rewards. He counted it all. It wasn't much, but it was everything. He then took out a small piece of paper and wrote in his neatest handwriting, "I'm really sorry I broke your window. This is all the money I have. I didn't mean to, and I was too scared to tell you. Please forgive me. Daniel!" He placed the coins and note in an envelope and quietly stepped outside. The morning air was crisp and the street empty. His footsteps felt loud on the pavement. At Mr. Thompson's porch, he paused, his heart pounded. But this time it was courage, not fear. He gently placed the envelope at the door and walked away. That afternoon, Daniel was watering flowers when he heard the creak of Mr. Thompson's gate. The old man stood outside, a soft smile on his face and the football in hand. "Hey, Daniel," he called. Daniel turned slowly. "Yes, sir?" Mr. Thompson walked over and handed him the football. I didn't mean to break your window. I was going to say it out loud, but I got scared." Mr. Thompson nodded. "I know, but your note spoke loudly. And your apology, it was honest." Daniel blinked in surprise. "I fixed the window," the old man said. "But what you did, putting your savings in that envelope, that was brave." Daniel smiled, relieved. "Thank you for not being mad." Mr. Thompson chuckled softly. "A broken window can be fixed. But not every child takes responsibility. You did." He turned to go, then paused and added, "You're welcome to practice in my yard anytime, just a little further from the window." Daniel grinned, holding the football close. The guilt that had weighed him down was gone, replaced by something better, pride. That weekend, he had learned something far more valuable than scoring goals. Morale: a silent apology made sincerely can speak louder than words. Taking responsibility, even quietly, shows true character.